Start recording the ceremony now, just so everybody knows everyone's being recorded. And then Todd, if you send our office an email in the next couple of days, we can send you a reply to that email with a link to the recording in the Zoom cloud, and you can download today's recording from that.
Okay.
And do you want to say anything important before we bring in Pamela?
No, we can go ahead and bring her in. It's fine.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
What? I haven't seen her yet. Don't stop.
What? Why I can't see Pamela?
Pamela is in the call, and Pamela, can you hear us?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you are.
All right. Well, what will happen, and again, for those of you that are on phones, if you're only seeing one screen, it'll be whoever I choose to highlight or whoever is speaking. If you slide it, then you might see, 4 people. You might slide it again to see 4 more people. So if you want to see everybody else that's on it, that's how we'll do it. But let me introduce myself. My name is Russ Rampton, and I am one of the deputy clerks that works in the Utah County Marriage License Office. And I'm absolutely honored to be a part of your special day. And of course, the most important people that we've got is Todd Bradley Foster. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then the other important person that we have is our beautiful bride, Pamela. How do you say your middle name, Pamela?
Wow.
Say your middle name again.
Naret Padua.
Naret Padua. All right. Well, Pamela and Todd, let me give you a little bit of a preview. What I'm actually going to do is, let me see if I can add you to the spotlight. So I don't know if on your screen you're able to see each other, but on my screen I'm able to see the 2 of you.
Yeah, I can see me and you.
Okay. All right. Well, let me give you a preview of how the ceremony will work. I give a little speech, and then I'll ask the important but basic questions. Todd, if you take Pamela to be your wife, and Pamela, if you take to be your husband. Answer those questions with yes or I do. Following that, we will do the remote ring exchange, where I'll have you hold your rings up and then put them on your own fingers. And then I understand you've written your own vows as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, then Todd, I'll have you share your vows with Pamela. Then
All right.
I'll have you share your vows with Todd. And then this is the advice that I always like to give the couples that are being married. If it's not already part of your vows, make sure to say, I love you. I love you is a pretty important thing to say on your wedding day. And it's an important thing to say all of the other days of marriage. Happy marriages don't just automatically happen. They are the result of the work that both of you put into the relationship. And you invest in the relationship when you are kind to one another and serve one another and listen to one another. Do your best to understand one another, and above all, show patience with one another. And if that sounds like hard work, welcome to married life. But the hard work of married life is simply the price that must be paid. Put in the effort to get the reward. But there's 2 other secrets. First, all of that hard work that I mentioned becomes easier. And your motivation to do the hard work increases when you love each other. And when you remember that you love each other and why you love each other. Because you go out of your way to show that love to one another. Second, it is an investment. Sometimes you don't see the return on investment for a while. That doesn't mean you stop investing. You keep putting it in. And after you've put enough in, the return on the investment is so great that more and more will come out than you ever put in the beginning. But it takes time and patience and love and everything else that we talked about. All right. Following the vows, I'll double check with the witnesses. And if that is all good, then I can pronounce you. That'll be the ceremony, then we'll work on your wedding certificate. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, Todd and Pamela, as you are well aware, the last 3 years have been a very interesting time in our world's history. And they've created an interesting backdrop to this important chapter of your personal history. We are currently safely socially distanced. Remember when that was still popular? We are safely socially distanced at 9 separate locations in at least 3 different countries on at least 2 separate continents. None of that prevents us from being gathered together in the same Zoom meeting so that I can unite Todd Bradley Foster and Pamela Padua in marriage. From wherever you may be, I welcome everyone to the historic courthouse in the city of Provo, state of Utah, United States of America. My location in Provo is the host location for today's ceremony, and that's what establishes the jurisdiction to use your Utah County issued marriage license. Todd, you and Pamela have been building your relationship and are joined together through the miracle of communication technology. And it's a powerful force that is able to bring us together in this meeting. But Todd and Pamela, let the uniqueness of tonight's ceremony remind you of the power of your love, which will also always bring you together, even and most especially when it feels like there are forces beyond your control that are keeping you apart. It's also worth noting that life is an adventure. Sometimes it is fun and exciting. So Todd and Pamela, make sure you bring on this adventure your very best friend, so you have someone to share all of the good times with. But adventures can also be challenging and difficult. Make sure you also bring along the person that you trust and know you can count on when the times are hard. For these and 100 other reasons, it is good you have chosen one another to be companions on the adventure of life. With my words to set the stage, Todd Bradley Foster, do you willingly take Pamela Merritt Padua to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Oh, I lost her. I need to put back in her. And Pamela Merritt Padua, do you willingly take Todd Bradley Foster to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
I will now ask you each to hold your rings up to the camera.
Our own?
And here's what we're going to see. First, see if you can shove your rings through the camera at each other. I know that's not going to work. Oh, Todd, let me put you back up here. Where did you go, Todd? There we are.
That was hard.
Okay. Now here's what I want you to do. Look at your rings and look at the shape. Rings have no beginning and rings have no end. That's why they are the symbol of love that a married couple has for one another. Now I want you to take your ring and hold it up to your eye Or maybe you push it away so that you can see the person that you love inside the symbol of your love. And I want you to look forward to the time that you can put the rings on each other's fingers. For today, you will place the rings on your own fingers, and go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and put the ring on your finger. And now, I want you to remember a few things. First, that ring is a reminder to yourself and a symbol to the world that today you have declared your love, your everlasting love, without beginning, without end, to the person that you are marrying today. And until you can put them on each other's fingers, remember that you saw the face of the person you love inside of those. All right, Todd, it is now your opportunity to share the vows that you have prepared with your beautiful bride.
All right. You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. 3 years ago, when I sent you that friend request, I never imagined we would be where we are today. I love you with everything I have and more. Today, I'm so proud to be able to call you my wife. From this day forward, I vow to you to not only be your husband, but to also be your best friend, your biggest fan, and overall the best person I can possibly be for you and our kids. I vow to put your needs and the needs of our kids before my own, never stop pushing to be a better person than I was the previous day. I vow that no matter what this crazy life may throw our way, that I will be right there beside you and never leave your side. You're my best friend and my soulmate. I've loved you since the first day I met you and will continue to love you more and more every day for the rest of my life. I vow to be faithful and devoted to you and only you no matter what. Thank you for making me the luckiest guy on earth. Today and every day. Asako. Stop it.
And now, Pamela, you get to share your vows with your handsome groom.
My husband, I will always love you, no matter what. I promise to never lose our spark and to always do the little things to make you happy. I promise to make you laugh and to laugh together. I vow to never hurt you and always listen to you, to always kiss you and never shame you, to always love and never leave. I give you my hand, my heart, and my word that I will be a loving and devoted one. I love you.
Love you.
All right, Marietta, did you hear your daughter and Todd say they wanted to marry one?
Yes. I'm so.
And we're going to go over to Taylor, and you'll need to unmute your microphone. And Taylor,
Tears of joy.
did you hear your father and Pamela say they wanted to marry each other?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. That means
Tears
all
of
that's
joy.
left now is for me to say, by virtue of the authority vested in me as a deputy county clerk, by the laws of the state of Utah, from where I am hosting today's ceremony, I now pronounce you Todd Bradley Foster and Pamela Norette Padua, husband and wife, legally and lawfully married. You may now blow each other kisses as husband and wife. I'm going to mute my camera and microphone and work on your wedding certificate. While I do that, everybody else in the call, unmute your microphones and offer your congratulations to the happy couple.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Best wishes to you. Congratulations and best wishes.
Yo,
It's a tears of joy.
I got
what?
yo.
What?
Congratulations and best wishes, Todd.
Thank you.
Hi.
Here.
Hi.
Oh, it's getting a little warm in here. I was awesome. Sorry, I made the little ones cry. Sorry. I was trying to hold it together. Hey, Bethany.
Hey.
Thank you for showing up.
Of course.
Joining.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's never come.
Congrats, anak.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Best
Oh.
wishes.
I appreciate it. Taylor? You look amazing.
Hi, little kid.
Oh yeah. Camden's getting big.
Yay.
Luna, come in here real quick if you want.
Huh?
Luna and Kenzie, you can come in here real quick if you want.
So funny.
She's still crying.
Come right back.
Hi, baby.
Say
You
hi.
can see daddy now. Hi, kid. Oh.
Hi.
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 Hey.
A big family. Hi. Mom kiss. Mom kiss. Ma. Say ma.
I should go get my shirt real quick while he's working on that, right, babe?
Okay, show them that because you can finally say it's legit.
Please.
What's
Okay.
written on it is finally legit.
Okay, I got.
Okay,
Oh.
but don't take off your gloves in front of the camera.
What?
We'll wait for him to come back and I'll show some other stuff, but I'm gonna share my screen for a second and then we'll go back to his, I'm gonna go over this screen, okay. So I've got your names and dates of birth.
Oh.
Taylor, oh, and I didn't get Marietta right, M-A-R-I-E. Witnesses, are your names spelled correctly?
Pardon, sir?
Did I spell the witnesses' names correct? Taylor Foster and Marietta Padua.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stop sharing now because I need to highlight yours.
No.
Okay. Sorry, this guys. This is me.
I'm wearing the shirt now.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, let me share my screen again. And I've got one more question for you. Todd, what is today's date?
Oh, August 5th. I'm not going to forget this.
Excellent, you passed the test. Here's where it gets tricky. Pamela, what's today's date?
Oh, here it's August 6th.
There it's August 6th. So here's what's going to happen. My location here in the United States is the host location. So that's not only where you got married, but when. So all of your things will have August 5th. Now, Todd, you will do a great job of never forgetting August 5th.
Absolutely.
Pamela, your job on August 5th is to help Todd celebrate his anniversary. Maybe you take him out to dinner, maybe you cook him a special meal. Todd, on the 6th of August, for the rest of your life, you get to prepare and serve breakfast in bed to Pamela
Sounds
to help
great.
her remember her anniversary on the 6th of
Absolutely.
August. You'll just have to celebrate twice. All right. And I'm just going to double check again. I've got my address right. My things are right. We've got your names. That all looks good. Okay. Okay. I have to digitally sign. So it will have your name, where you're born, where you're living, your name, where you're born, where you're living, and on the 5th of August, you got married, your signatures, your witnesses' names, my information. Everything look correct?
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
That click of the mouse officially puts your marriage on record with the Utah County Clerk's Office. Here's what's going to happen next. In a matter of minutes, you will both receive an email with a digital certified copy of your marriage certificate. On Monday, a member of our staff will print and certify a paper copy of your marriage certificate and mail that out to Georgia. And that could take, upwards to a week, depending on how fast the mail is. I'm assuming that you're going to try and get this marriage recognized and registered in the Philippines.
Exactly. So I know I'll need the
apostille. Yep. And you can order that directly from our webpage anytime now. And then just to let you know, that's going to take 2 weeks to kind of process before it ships. And then depending on where you want it to ship, we can ship it to Georgia, we can ship it to the Philippines, wherever makes the most sense. And I know that most of the couples, though not all, typically because the marriage happened in Utah, the Filipino consulate to the United States is the one that does a lot of the paperwork there in San Francisco. But you can also try and just do it all in the Philippines itself. I have no idea. It sounds like
the one in the Philippines ends up sending it to San Francisco anyway.
Well, there you go. So just send it to San Francisco. All right. Well, with that, you are our last ceremony of the day, but it has been my absolute pleasure to spend this half hour with you and your extended family. And I saw some very excited daughters. I'm going to put the spotlight on them again. You guys excited for your dad?
Say hi. Yes. Say hi.
It is an exciting time. All right. And with that, I wish Todd and Pamela all of the happiness that this world has in store for you, and then just a little bit more. And to everyone on the call, a special and a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, Todd. Goodbye.